Morning all, good to see you. I'm here at dawn at St Michael's Mount. Fantastic location. It's just so beautiful. The waves are crashing, the tide's getting to nearly high tide now. The moon's over there glistening on the water. The lights of Penzance are on. Everyone there is waking up to a new day. It's pretty great. I was hoping for a bit more cloud here, but I'm still loving the glow. It's rather beautiful, isn't it? The sound of the waves. It's all good. One slightly sad thing, there was a dead dolphin on the beach over there. Bit of a sad sight, but it may have died of natural causes. So I'm going to see if I can get a shot of the dawn and catch this nice yellowy orange glow. It's going to have to be a long exposure, maybe 2 or 3 seconds. But I think it'll be all right. So I'll put that on the screen in a minute for you. Just waiting for the sun now. It's pretty wonderful to be here. I mean, every time I get up at dawn, I just think I should just do this more often. There are some days when I just really don't feel like it. I might have had a bad night's sleep, or I've got old man's troubles, you know, the old enlarged prostate, getting up for a wee several times a night. But when you get here and it's just like this, I don't care if I don't get any good photographs. It's just wonderful. And it's not too bad this time of year. So at the moment it's near the end of January, and I got up at 5:30 this morning, which is fine. So I got down here at about 7 o'clock. Sunrise is at 8 o'clock. In the summer it's punishing, but in the summer it's also great because you get mist. So in summer you have to get up at about 3 o'clock in the morning in England. It's a bit ridiculous, but the rewards can be great. It's quite exciting. Off in the distance the gulls are all diving into the water because the sardines are in. So there must be a hell of a lot of sardines there being pushed up by the larger fish up to the surface, so the gulls just go in and dive in and get them. Flipping fabulous. I know it's sardines because I've seen 3 on the beach here. They're probably fresh, but I don't know if I'm going to risk taking them home and cooking them. This is where the fun starts. The sun's just starting to come up and it's looking rather beautiful in the clouds above it. I've got to take some pictures. Just going to check the exposure, make sure it's not burned out. Looks good. So I'm going to go 1 stop under just to make sure nothing gets burned out. Oh, that is so stunning. Beautiful. Oh wow, I wasn't expecting it to be this good. The clouds have come in just at the right time. Fantastic. Oh, what a joy. There are no words. So now I'm trying something else. I've got my tripod down as low as it can possibly go. flat to the floor. And the sun's making these pebbles in the foreground glisten really nicely. So I've moved my camera around to get the very best possible foreground. So it's not just enough to put your camera down and just take any old pebbles. You want a good arrangement of pebbles. So I've tried to get that in the frame. And then I'm taking 3 or 4 shots focused at different points, from the nearest point to the St Michael's Mount in the distance. And then I'll stack those together later on in Photoshop, which is fairly easy to do. There are plenty of tutorials online. I might even do one myself if anyone wants one, in which case please put it down in the comments. I've moved on to a different part of Marazion now, so I've driven around the other side of the town, overlooking a different angle of the St Michael's Mount. And it looks good, and I found this beautiful cemetery sculpture of a 13-year-old girl who died, God bless her, and she obviously loved horses. So it's a lovely sculpture of her with Pegasus, the winged horse. So I've got this on the right hand side, St Michael's Mount in the distance. Obviously there's a huge difference between where the mount is and where this sculpture is. This sculpture is about 1 metre away from me. So I'm taking 2 shots, one focused on the sculpture and then another one focused on St Michael's Mount, to make sure that they're both sharp. And then I'll combine those 2 images later on in Photoshop. Trying to make this St Michael's Mount shaped rock be more prominent in the frame. So I've got my tripod up higher, just putting the 10-stop ND on just to see if it's a good effect or see if it's rubbish. So we've got an exposure now of 8 seconds at f8. Beautiful morning. Feet are feeling blinking cold. Wellington's not the best for keeping your feet warm. This shot was okay. I like the composition. The colours are pretty nice. It could have done with some cloud in the sky. So I put a 10-stop neutral density filter on to slow the exposure down, which makes the waves recorded as a kind of blur. So with this 8-second exposure, the colours have shifted a little bit, but I like the end result, so this is a keeper. Sun's come up a fair bit now, and I've found this rock pool. I say I found it. I've seen classic pictures from here before. Today isn't going to be one of them, but I'm still going to take it because there's a great reflection of the mount. There's a little bit of a breeze on the water at the moment, so I'm going to wait for that to settle